the other side that come in, I'm not sure.
All right, well, we'll let Coach Pope elaborate then.
That's a great question. So it's very much read based. So what we see is teams tend to try and guard this a bunch of different ways. Some teams will go under. Some teams will try and go over and blow up and stay with their own. Some teams will switch shoulder to shoulder. Some teams will Aggie switch, right? Some teams will just stay with their own and then zone up with the 5 and try and tag hard with the lift guy, right? So as a long answer to your question, you should see us actually making different reads based on how the defense is guarding us. So sometimes you'll see it sounded like you were maybe making reference to a double back door where we'll lift the corner and back door and then pause and then back door the second defender. You could do that against the Aggie switch. Sometimes that's super effective. A high cut might be super effective against an Aggie switch. So it's just a process of our guys doing their best to read it and see if they can beat the defense, what the defense is showing them. But in short answer, your question was, yes, guys should be cutting. That is the most important part, and so that's a place where as this becomes more intuitive for our guys, you'll see that happening faster and more efficiently as they see different changing defenses. And there's a ton of different variations where you can run out of it and stack it and do all kind of things. But yes, we have that on our board every single day is finish hard cuts, finish hard cuts, finish hard cuts, finish hard cuts. It's massively important to the way we play. Great observation.
Nathan, thank you for the question. Let's go to Russell County, Kentucky. And Jake, you're on with Coach. Jake, are you there? All right, Jake.
Shooting at anything.
There we go. Go ahead, Jake. We didn't catch the first part of your question.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, I'm concerned about our 3-point shooting more than anything. Do you think it's in our head, or is it just what's going on there? I think Matt said this morning we're 114th in the nation in proficiency. So
yeah, Jake.
And I've seen our Kentucky boys score 40 or 50 a night with 2 or 3 people hanging on them. So I don't know.
Thank you, Jake.
Jake, it's a great question, and really where I am is I'm just concerned about the volume. We have been trending downward. Now we're in the mid to low 20s, and it's not where we're supposed to be. But most of that is creating shots for each other, and that's a space where, we're seeing different game plans. I was most disappointed with the Ohio State performance offensively in the sense of like they were giving us opportunities to earn. We could have earned 20 more threes in that game, and we didn't. We for a number of reasons we didn't. So for me, the biggest thing is the volume. The volume of 3-point field goal attempts is really the marker for us, and it's a place where we got to make progress. And we will. You'll see we'll grow throughout this season and continue to get better and better and better. And we do have a couple kids from Kentucky that can really shoot it also. We're super excited about those guys, and they're going to have a huge impact also. Great question.
Jake, thank you. Merry Christmas to all of our listeners. Merry Christmas, Mark, to you, your staff, and all your players. And we will be back here next Monday.
Merry Christmas, BBN. Enjoy.
Kentucky basketball back in action a week from tomorrow against Brown. We'll be back next Monday here on this show on the UK Sports Network.
This has been the UK Healthcare Mark Pope Show on the UK Sports Network. The Mark Pope Show was brought to you by Coca-Cola, Appalachian Regional Healthcare, Little Caesars, and by UK Healthcare.
We are here to win banners.
Kentucky basketball is a presentation of the UK Sports Network.
Let's go, Cats!
Powered by JMI Sports.
ESPN 1530.
The Bengals welcome the Denver Broncos to Paycor Stadium on Saturday, December 28th at 4:30 for our final home game of the season.
Join us for Bengals pregame at the Banks, then head into the stadium early to get ready to rule the jungle. It's Fan Appreciation Day. Giveaways and surprises will happen throughout the game.
Limited tickets remain. Go to Bengals.com for tickets and rule the jungle with us. The Bengals-Broncos game is presented by On Location.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details. Get even more savings this holiday season by becoming a Milo's Rewards member. Don't miss new member deals dropping every week, like $15 off a purchase of $50 or more on select Bounty, Charmin, and Puffs paper products. Plus, get free standard shipping with Silver Key status. Just one more way Lowe's is here to help you shop, save, and enjoy the holidays. Join for free today. Milo's Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change. Exclusions and more terms apply. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year.
Cincinnati, 50,000 Cincinnati.
Once again, I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end December 24th.
Offering in a little over an hour, the Packers are 10-4, 2 back of the Lions and Vikings at the NFC North. But don't tell that to ESPN radio host Justin Pugh on game day.
The Green Bay Packers can do it all. I don't want to say they jump the Lions, but because of the injuries, I'd be more scared maybe right now to play.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
This is 1530 WCKY, the 50,000-watt orange and black home of the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati's ESPN 1530.
From Miami, Florida, to Dallas, Texas.
I'm ready. How about them Cowboys?
To you. This is Amber and Ian on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and on SiriusXM Channel 80.
Buckle up, baby. Coming at you for the next 5 hours here on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80. Alongside Andy Gresh, I'm Jonathan Zaslow. This is Amber and Ian. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. Andy Gresh, how are you doing tonight? You getting ready for the holiday week? What's going on your end?
Oh, look, my parents came into town yesterday as I was on ESPN Radio last night, kind of breaking things down.
So you love this then. You love the long shift. Your parents are in town. You love that you're here then for the next 5 hours. That's a pleasure then for you, right?
Yeah, I just go downstairs and see them during the commercial breaks. The giant tin of fudge has been made. Two batches of brownies. You know, it's as after 50 years of life, my mother has finally given me the secret to her brownies, and that is that she uses mayonnaise in them. And
what? Really?
I'm telling you right now, it's unbelievable.
I've never heard of that before.
Oh, it's actually pretty common, believe it or not. Once I looked it up, I didn't realize that that's what it was. So,
Really?
So my little brother is 6'3", 285. I am taller and larger than him. So I would say
the Gresh family makes you men small. I see.
I'm a brownie expert here. And finally, we were like, okay, give up the state secret. I think it was my sister-in-law who might have gotten it out of her because, they're old and we need to know the family secret. So we know that we're going to be able to put on the pounds with all these brownies for years to come. Hopefully she's walking among us and can make them. But if not, we got the details.
How about that? That's a nice little gift then to start off the holiday week. Glad to have you aboard here.
Yeah, baby.
Everybody who's hanging out with us as well to start your holiday week. I hope you got the Christmas shopping out of the way. Whatever holiday shopping you got to make sure you get done with this week. Tonight we got Monday Night Football. New Orleans at Green Bay will close out week 16 in this NFL season. A lot going on from over the weekend. And you, of course, can be a part of Amber and Ian Nation on the Dr. Pepper call-in line. Call us at 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. ESPN Nation is presented by Dr. Pepper. It's not college football season without the delicious taste of an ice cold Dr. Pepper. College football, it's a pepper thing. So, Gresh, if we're almost done with week 16, that means we got a lot of winners and we got a lot of losers. Now, based on the way you said wow there, are you one of those guys where it sneaks up on it's like, wow, can't believe we only have a couple weeks left in the NFL season?
Well, yeah, it depends on what market you're in. If your team is 3-12, you're like, oh, let's get this over with. It's like getting beat with a bag of oranges, as they said in Seinfeld. But if you're in, Green Bay, Minnesota, whatever, you're ready for the season to continue.
I mean, it's like we're in late December. We're 2 days away from Christmas. Yeah, the season's almost over. We got a couple of weeks left here. But since we're done with week 16 just about, we got winners from this weekend, and we got losers from this weekend. And, of course, when you hear the music playing, Gresh, that means we're being very serious now. This is serious stuff when the NFL music is playing. So you know what? I'm going to defer to you here. Give me your winners for Week 16 NFL.
All right, well, you got to start with the New York Football Giants, right? Because they kept the number one pick in the draft by really, Zaz, just being themselves. I know that we're going to break down Atlanta a little bit later on with our guy Mark Zinno, but the Giants were one of the winners, even though they lost to a team that is another winner, and that would be Atlanta. So the Giants keep the number one pick. Atlanta goes to their version of the kid in Michael Penix, and they beat a team that admittedly stinks. Now, look, if you go offensively, Zaz, it's only 20 points. Then there were 2 pick sixes. So the score wasn't necessarily indicative of the way the game was played. But for Atlanta, you put in the young quarterback. He did not soil himself. And you beat a team that you should, who wanted to really lose anyway. So I think the Giants and Atlanta are both winners. And you know what? Maybe this is a me thing, and you might co-sign on this or not.
All right.
I got Minnesota as a winner for this reason, though, because the real Sam Darnold has not shown up. The real Slim Shady has not shown up to play quarterback with the Minnesota Vikings. I think this guy's having an unbelievable season. Maybe the comeback player of the year is Sam Darnold, but at some point, I expect that sort of bubble to go poof. And the real Sam Darnold, 3 picks and you're losing.
Yeah, the part that worries me is Darnold's been fantastic throughout this season. But are we trusting him in what looks like right now a road wild card game? Now, it's likely going to be at the NFC South winner, but still, it's a road playoff game. Darnold's never played a playoff game. He's certainly never played a playoff game on a team with expectations. So I would say, yes, the jury is absolutely still out on what to expect from Sam Darnold. You got any more winners?
Nope, that's it. I got my 3. What about you?
All right, I'm going to start out with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah,
I think the Falcons are a big winner because a team that was essentially rudderless, all right, they were a 500 team coming into this week. They're now right in the thick of one of the best and most interesting stories in the National Football League. When else do we ever get a team that's 2 weeks from the end of the season and first place, tied for first place now for winning the division, and they just now went to a rookie quarterback? And by the way, he's a lefty. I mean, add that in for having never seen it before. So I think that they've become one of the best and most interesting stories in the league now in these last couple of weeks. That's one winner I have for this week. Number 2, I got the Washington Commanders. Now, obviously, of course, the Commanders are a big winner. I mean, they beat the Eagles 36-33. But that's not why I have them as a winner. The reason I have them as a winner is this Commander fan who has just been watching the drizzling you-know-whats for the last couple of weeks from their football team. not only is their football team good, but most importantly, they have a quarterback who is super exciting. And think about the way that they've won a couple of these games this year. You got the Hail Mary game against the Bears. You got, Devontae Smith drops the pass, gives the Commanders a chance. Daniels leads them down the field. Touchdown, Jamison Crowder with under 10 seconds to play. They're exciting, they're winning, and they're winning in exciting fashion. So I got the Commanders, no matter what happens in the postseason. Huge winners, especially their fan base. And finally here, my third winner that I have this week. I'm going Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. I mean, look at Rachel's producing the show behind the glass up there in Bristol. Have you ever met a Panther fan? I mean, who knew they even existed? She's a Carolina Panther fan. All of a sudden, closing the book on Bryce Young. I think we may have done that a little bit too early here, all right? Can we give the kid a chance?
Not me. Grow? I need that on the record. I did not. I said 3 years. I gave him 3 years.
All right. So we're not going to put you in that category then, but can we give the kid a little bit of time while playing the toughest division in all of pro sports on a team that's obviously terrible? Well, guess what, Gresh? Bryce Young, he's looking like he may end up being a decent quarterback. So I think the Panthers, and specifically Bryce Young, big winners this weekend.
I'll tell you what, I think some of that in Carolina is really connected to the coach because, how many of these tight pants wearing offensive guys where it's, woo, they're the next wave of head coaches, where now a lot of these guys are sputtering in place. Like, Saz, you got one down there in South Florida, Mike McDaniel, who, by the way, is afraid of a thermometer, which is an unbelievable thing you can't coach your team out of, that a thermometer beats you. But nevertheless, I think some of that might have been reflective of the coach as well. And, maybe Canales is kind of figuring it out a little bit.
That is such a... If I can push back for a second, that's a false narrative that because Mike McDaniel was cold, that the Dolphins couldn't win in the cold weather games. The Miami Dolphins have not been able to win a cold weather game my entire life, Gresh. It has nothing to do with who that coach is.
No, I know that. But if this offensive tight pants wizard, where apparently it's, woo, the offensive league, how come you can't figure it out? Again, you lose to a... How about this? He walked in knowing he shouldn't have been worried about the thermometer, but can't get his team to stop looking at it when they go to Green Bay and just wilt. It's amazing to me.
I mean, when they were preparing for the game in Green Bay, he was walking around the practice facility here in Miami Gardens. Yeah. He was tossing ice cubes at his players. That's how you prepare your team for the cold weather, Gresh. What do you know about the cold weather?
That's what you know what? That's right out of the Belichick book of getting you ready to play in the cold. He would just like snort and chortle and be like, yeah, everyone's cold. Boom. And then he would walk out there and you'd see his upper protuberances were hard. But anyway, let's get to the losers this week. Zaz.
Well, you know what? I think should we hang on to the losers and we'll do a little bit of a tease here, all right?
Oh, I want to rip calamari so bad.
No, so hold on to those, all right? We did the winners from Week 16, and I think we're going to hold on to the losers here. We're going to make the Amber and Ian audience here yearn for our Week 16 losers here. He's Andy Gresh. I'm Jonathan Zaslow, and you can always hit us up on the Dr. Pepper call-in line, 888-729-3776. That's 888-SAY-ESPN. So, Week 16 of the NFL finishes tonight with New Orleans at Green Bay. And, of course, once that game gets going in about an hour from now, we'll keep you updated. The fantasy football player, maybe got a wager. You certainly want to know what's going on there. But coming up next, college football playoffs, first time ever, home games this past weekend. What if the College Football Playoff Committee didn't care about conference champions? That's next. This is Amber and Ian on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The NBA on Christmas Day on ESPN Radio. Tip-off with the Spurs and Knicks is at noon Eastern. Followed by the Timberwolves and Mavericks.
Christmas gets away.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. A Christmas Day doubleheader on ESPN Radio, ESPN, and on ABC.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
you. Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text STREAK to 321-321. That's STREAK to 321-321.
ESPN 1530. Online at ESPN1530.com. On your phone with the iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. An iHeartRadio station.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's heater can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your heater running right. Whether you've got a furnace, heat pump, boiler, or any other type of heating system, a proactive tune-up can help keep you comfortable. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always on time, or you don't pay on time. Always on time, or you don't pay on time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Huge savings are going on now at Holman GMC. The Holman GMC 2024 sell-down is here. Discounted deals and factory incentives on over 50 GMC Sierra trucks in stock. Holman Motors GMC on Route 32 in Eastgate or online at holmangmc.com. Holman GMC.
ESPN 1530.
Tony Pike here, and I'm thrilled to partner with Pella Windows and Doors of Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Like me, Pella goes beyond strength, beauty, and durability. With unmatched passion and precision, they craft every window and door just for your home. PellaWindowsCincinnati.com. Build something great.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
WCKY Cincinnati, the 50,000-watt home of the Cincinnati Bengals, ESPN 1530. Now, it's Monday Night Football on ESPN 1530.
Westwood 1 Sports 1. 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 Westwood 1 Sports 1.